Good morning. Tuesday, muddy Tuesday, July 24th. It's about to come down. It's really cloudy. It's drizzling. There's only one car in the parking lot, my car. The reason I decided to come out today, although it's not the perfect day, is because I'm nearing 2 weeks without running. And why? Well, I haven't been up to it. Like I feel like for this bucket list, I want to be able to run a marathon, a full marathon, right? That's an item that I have on my bucket list, and maybe towards the end of this year or early next year. To do that, I have to put in a lot of miles, like a lot of very long runs, 10-mile runs and 14 and 16-mile runs and so on. And I haven't felt up to that. So I think of a 1-mile run or a 2-mile run as, what is that going to do for my 26-mile goal, right? To train me for my 26-mile goal. The real answer is it'll do a lot. It's just going to get me closer, right? So I've been kind of up here, just not really connecting. Like, these small runs are going to impact my goals, are going to impact, the progress that I'm trying to make. Sometimes we don't make a connection between very, mundane or just very small, insignificant steps, right? Or we view them as insignificant, but in actuality, they move us closer or they move us away from where we want to be, right? So I've been stuck in a rut, but really like a routine, going to work every day, even if you're doing a good job, putting in your 9 to 5, coming home, spending time with the kids or the wife and so on, and then doing it again the next day. A routine like that could be a rut as well, right? Next thing you know, a year has passed, 2 years have passed, 5 years have passed, and you're not moving closer to these things that you feel like God has for you. You have to put in the work, right? So that's really important. So I was focusing today on the verse that says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. Don't be conformed simply by the external pressures, right? But be transformed. And how do you transform? Really, we're talking about transforming behaviors, actions, routines. How do you do that? It's by the renewing of your mind. And I find it interesting that the Bible, thousands of years ago, gave us that insight and told us, look, there's a connection between renewing your mind and being transformed. And psychology is pretty young, right? The field of psychology. I majored in psychology, and there's an area, it's called cognitive behavior therapy. And basically you're dealing with your cognition, you're dealing with your thoughts in order to make some lasting, impactful change in your behavior. So this is something that was written in the Bible thousands and thousands of years ago. Anyway, I find it really interesting. So your thoughts are going to impact your behavior, and you can't stop thinking on a daily basis. So you have to guard your heart, guard your thoughts. Think about your thoughts. Think about what you're thinking about, because there's a narrative, a story that we're telling ourselves, our inner voice every day. Is that accurate? Is it reflecting your true identity as God sees you? Is it an accurate depiction of God? An accurate depiction of reality? We get these things and we tell them to ourselves so much that they're like firmly planted, and we're stuck in a rut because we feel like, no, this is reality. No, that reality is your reality, is something that you've told yourself over and over and over again, thousands and hundreds of thousands of times over, the course of your life. So think about what you're thinking about, right? Renew your mind. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, then you can basically test or prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And you do it how? By renewing your mind. Think about all the thoughts for today, right? All the thoughts today are actually a speech to God. Your thoughts are a speech to Him, a dissertation, a presentation, a sermon right to Him. You're standing in front of God and you're going on this discourse, right? Because God knows your thoughts. Says He knows your thoughts and intents of your mind and heart. So make sure that you're thinking about those things. What am I telling myself? Anyway, have a blessed day. Remember that in order to make lasting change, you need to renew your mind with God's word. Bless you.